Hello everyone, Gaming Goes Infinity back, and I just gotten back from watching Ralph Breaks the Internet, and it definitely lived up to my expectations. If you didn't see it yet, you must see it. It's a fantastic sequel, and it definitely, as of right now, my favorite Disney sequel. It's that good. Now, before I get carried away with everything, I'm gonna say right now, I'm gonna be spoilers. So if you don't want to go through spoilers, then watch the movie now and then come back later to see me. I know I did that with Animat, so so Ralph Breaks the Internet just came out November 21st of this year, and it's a rarity to see Walt Disney Animation Studios make a sequel. I mean, the last one they did was Fantasia 2000, The Rescuers Down Under, which I believe that was their first. And since they were making a sequel to Wreck-It Ralph, which is my favorite Disney movie, along with Pinocchio, I was full of hype, and so was my buddy. So me and my buddy went over there. We went to Bowtie Cinemas. That's our go-to cinema since it's the closest we can go. We got our stuff, sat us down, watched through the trailers. Which contains Toy Story 4, both trailers, the live-action Dumbo from Tim Burton. There was another film that they're making, like Paramount's making it. I forgot what it was called. So, honestly, right now, the movie is fantastic. It's very, very entertaining, full of heart and wit, beautiful animation throughout. Because I wanted to get dressed to having a Disney style, so I get this Mickey Mouse shirt from Walmart the day before I went to see the movie. Would have been cool if I had a Wreck-It Ralph shirt to show my fan lust, but now in terms of plot, it takes place 6 years after the original Wreck-It Ralph. Ralph and Vanellope are good friends. They go around, play each other's games, until one day Ralph decided to make Vanellope a new track in her game, like a little detour. So Vanellope decided to go through that and decided to control the game on her own, just like Fuchs did when he controlled himself to see if Ralph was in the first film. However, this resulted to the player to break the wheel that was there, and the one who was controlling the arcade place snapped it in half. I was like, no. So Ralph and Vanellope decided to go to the internet since it was recently installed into the outlet. And so they gotta go there, get the wheel and try to get back. However, the story does continue on later on, where after that, Vanellope was thinking other thoughts of staying in another game. I forgot the game was called though, but Slaughter Racers, right? Slaughter Race. A very gritty open world racer similar to Burnout Paradise, and she was thinking of staying there because he thinks this is a much better game for her since it's open world, which I was with her with that. But it also tells the relationship between Ralph and Vanellope as best friends, and since me and my buddy, who is actually a girl named Aurora, she probably got a YouTube channel somewhere. But we just felt heartwarmed for it. We felt the same way because we were best friends to each other. So, but yeah. Now this is where the spoilers comes in. They decided to add a new thing in their app or website to the internet for the film, titled Buzz. Well, not BuzzFeed. Well, it sounds like BuzzFeed. Basically, a sort of competitor to YouTube, and one of the characters, since Ralph and Vanellope were trying to make some money for the Sugar Rush wheel, Ralph decided to make himself popular onto the internet. So, he gets popular, he gets the money. However, Vanellope then, again, thought of staying at Slaughter Racers. So, and then they both had a fight, saying that Ralph doesn't want her to stay in there, so they decide to go down to the deep dark world of evil in the internet, which I thought that was a great idea. And they decided to grab a virus and put it in the game in order to try to make it much more boring for Vanellope, says Ralph. But that didn't go well, since she thinks her glitch caused the havoc over there. And because of that, Ralph tells the truth, and they then break up. And then Vanellope rips the hero necklace from the first film and threw it down to the bottom. And that virus that Ralph got from the bottom of the internet, it goes havoc all over the place, and everyone who had a computer was like, there's no internet, like the computer was going rampant. And so Ralph decided to, and the virus made tons of clones of Ralph saying friends, since he was a bit too clingy on Vanellope around a few minutes of the film. And then they both, and then turned into like a huge Wreck-It Ralph. It's, like the scene there reminds me of King Kong, to tell the truth. On top of that, Ralph tells the truth that he was a bit too clingy onto Vanellope, and then because he decided to stop doing that, the internet was saved, and then Vanellope decided to stay into Slaughter Race, and because of that, Ralph was going a bit. It was a bit odd for Ralph since Vanellope's not in Sugar Rush anymore, even though they fixed the game Sugar Rush. They got the whale in there. I always thought like the guy who runs the arcade probably was broke because of having to pay like the price they made, $27,001. That's a big price. And so Vanellope and Ralph decided to call each other. And yeah, that was basically the story. It's very heartfelt, heartwarming, and I will admit, I mean, Felix and the other chick that was in Hero's Duty, I forgot her name. They don't get as much screen time as previous. I mean, we do see them, but it's just like a little cameo. So, I mean, it's great having them in there, but would have been cool to get a bit more screen time. But the story is still great. It has a lot of great scenes. The action scenes are a little fun. Again, one of the scenes looked like King Kong. On top of that, let's get to the animation. It's beautiful. It's Walt Disney Animation Studios. They mostly make great works. It's full of color, depth, movement, everything. So, I'm very glad the animation is definitely a wee bit of a step up compared to the original, even though the original had great animation as well. And the characters are the same, although they do have a bit more, I don't know how to put this. Depth? Yeah, probably depth. Since Ralph and Vanellope are friends, and Ralph was being a bit too clingy on Vanellope, and Vanellope was thinking of staying at, the game she wanted to go to. But yeah, all the characters are there, along with the new characters. One of the characters was part of like a search engine where if you tell him where you want to go, he just goes like crazy saying, oh, you want to have a ballet dance, or you want to go to a ballet, or you're looking for clothing for ballet, something like that. So it's pretty dang cool where they added that in. Also, the cameos in there. There's video game characters in there. Like, I was actually happy to see Sonic actually get senses in there. Like, you know, he was pronouncing Wi-Fi. We seen him in the trailers. And at the end of the film, he was in a book club. A godforsaken book club. And I was so godforsaken giddy because of the fact he was in a book club. I was laughing and so giddy at the same time. I can't help it. I'm a fan of the series. I mean, come on. You can't blame me. But besides that, it's a great sequel. Oh yeah, one more thing. Oh my Disney. That was how they showed the website was just crazy. Like when Vanellope sees the princesses, my friend just got giddy like all over the place. So excuse the background noises. You know how families are. But yeah, it was really cool to see like a whole array of Disney characters in one little website. But besides that, it's a great sequel. Hard engaging story, lovable characters, fantastic animation throughout, and the relationship between Ralph and Vanellope are fantastic. And I highly recommend this film to anyone who loved the first film or just Disney in general. And it is, again, it's a rare moment to see a Disney sequel made by Walt Disney Animation Studios themselves. It is a shame that it didn't have an animated short before the film. I mean, I'm kind of used to that because of Pixar, but I know Disney did the same with their other films. Like with the first Wreck-It Ralph, it had a short in it as well. But yeah, that concludes my review of Wreck-It Ralph 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet. A great film. I heard it was the best reviewed film of the year. Apparently says the trailers when it was coming out. But yeah, that's my review of Ralph Breaks the Internet. So I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Check out my Instagram and my DeviantArt. Until then, give me go some video. Out.